Welcome back to ARP in the morning. I appreciate you guys pulling up. I gotta say it, the Democrats, they just won't quit, man. They will not stop. They won't slow down. They won't even take a breather until they get down on Trump or turn the American people against the basic common sense principles of the MAGA movement. That's the mission at this point. In my opinion, I believe that's their crusade. We're gonna get into it. Stephen A is about to go off, but there's a couple clips that I wanna play to lead up to it, and then we'll go from there.
The Epstein emails, anyone who's telling you this is huge is a liar. Anybody who's telling you this is it, here we go, Trump's going down, is full of shit and just doing clickbait. Now, here's what I've always said about Epstein, and I have a lot of deep sourcing in and around this, okay? What Bongino, what Kash Patel, and now what Ro Khanna, and all the guys on the left, they're all full of shit, and they're playing you. And here's what sucks about it. There's no client list. There's no videos of powerful Democrats or powerful Republicans. There's none of that. It would all come out. They've sealed some names and some suggestions, and that should be fought in court, and they should fight to get them unsealed, and all the files should be released. Release the files. But know this, they lied on the right, and they lied on the left, and they did it for advantage, and they did it because these were real young women who were really done dirty by a scumbag, and he had an accomplice. And there may have been more. Or they've been lying all along. Either way, release all the files. Release it. Look, this is time because the shutdown is ending and the Democrats want a new point of outrage because they're riding a populist wave. And that's what Epstein is for them. Same way they were ducking it before when it was Trump's guys doing it to motivate MAGA. Yep. But anyone who's telling you right now, oh, this is big, I've never seen them this scared, that person is full of shit. And I say release all the files, and then you'll see what there was there and what people knew wasn't there. And then you'll know what to trust, and who to tell to fall off.
Didn't have this information, and if they didn't have this information, do we know whether or not they actually deleted this information? Do we know that there was a thorough investigation? Do we know whether or not the investigation had concluded? These are all questions that we need answers to, but we can't get them when you're not cooperating. So we don't know what the DOJ has, nor what it is that the DOJ potentially was trying to do. Considering that the president right now is trying to obstruct on some very basics of let's just get a subpoena that says release all the information, I wouldn't be surprised, just like he obstructed the prosecution of one of his henchmen who took $50,000 in taxpayer dollars from undercover officers. I wouldn't be surprised if he sent a message and said, stop investigating. We're done with this. Epstein's dead. I don't want to hear anything else about it.
Do you have any evidence of that claim?
I have no idea. No, that's the whole point. I have no information. And that's why we need these files to be released, because we are looking for transparency, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent. Listen, if people decide that they want to continue to support a person who may be a pedophile himself or a person who obviously is covering for pedophiles, that's on them. But they should know at least the devil that they have decided to pick.
Mr. Speaker, I introduced today an amendment demanding the full release of the Epstein files. The Speaker's Rules Committee should demand a vote tomorrow of every member of Congress. Yes, we should release it, or no, we should not. This is a question of whose side are you on? Are you on the side of protecting the rich and the powerful who've put their thumb on the scales of government to suck out millions of dollars while working class Americans suffer? Or are you on the side of the people? The Attorney General said on her desk was the Epstein file. And now she's saying, no, 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 nothing to see, don't release it. This is a question of trust. We need to release the Epstein files so we can restore government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And every member of Congress tomorrow should be forced to vote on this amendment.
Tim Burchett, back on the farm in Tennessee after opening the government up yesterday. I put forth a UC, which is a motion for unanimous consent, and it was for Ro Khanna's bill. It didn't even have anything to do with Massey's. His still is still there, and they can do whatever they want to with that. But Ro Khanna's bill just said release the files, and dadgummit, that's what everybody wants, apparently, and that's what I did. And the Democrat leadership opposed to it, and that's why that they said it was in fact not in order, because to be unanimous consent, of course, is unanimous. Now, if you don't believe my words, read the House manual, page 805. I believe it's the second paragraph down, and you can read it for yourself. It's public record. They're either lying to y'all or they're just intentionally trying to mislead you. I think a little bit of both by some of them, and some of them honestly just are just mistaken.
I think it's more lies than misleading, but we'll let them keep going.
Anyway, that's what it's about. It's about releasing Ro Khanna's bill, page 805. Also, if you will go back and look at some of the comments, people are saying, well, I did that to hide so you won't know how they voted. No, in fact, that is the whole definition of a unanimous consent. It is unanimous. It means that you voted in favor of it. You can't hide behind anything and say, well, I didn't vote for that. Well, you had your opportunity on the floor under unanimous consent. And apparently the Democrats are just playing games. They're not about getting the truth out, folks. This is just about power and control, just like the shutdown was for. It had nothing to do with doing what's right and looking after the innocent and punishing the guilty. And that's what all this is about. So thank y'all for sending me here.
Keep in mind that the Epstein files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration.
Thank you.
You were there for 4 years.
Thank you.
How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? What am I missing? I'm not saying I know. It's a legitimate question. Maybe I don't remember the answer. Maybe my extraordinary producers should be able to help me during the commercial break. But from my understanding, the same files that were open or being open now with the 220 pages of documents or whatever it is, with various emails, that could have been done when Biden was in office. Well, why didn't you do it? If it's so important now. What were the Democrats doing at that particular moment in time? This is the kind of stuff that smells. Because my attitude is just deducing how much they despise Trump is if there was some real bona fide dirt on him, since you went after him with the 34 felony convictions, which essentially was deduced to him paying hush money to Stormy Daniels, a porn star, just so she wouldn't reveal their happenings with one another leading up to the election in 2016. Okay? If you had something like that you were willing to parade him through the streets with, of course, if you had something on him about Epstein, you'd have let it go earlier to make sure he didn't become the 47th president. That's just my thinking from a logical perspective. But what do I know?
Well, they assume that most of us don't think logically and we don't have common sense. That's their assumption. I mean, the reality of it is this. If they really had something on the president, on Donald J. Trump, if they really had something, this would have came out before November 4th, 2024. That's right. This would have came out. This would have came out sometime during the administration, the previous administration. They had a multitude of opportunities to do so. AT, I want to get you in there. You can go with it wherever you want to go. But I do think that they believe that the American people are that stupid. They really
absolutely do. They absolutely do. And I'll even start right there. Democrats have had a playbook for the last few decades, and it's worked. It's worked for them. Emotions. That's it. If I can get them to have an emotional attachment to this political party, they will believe everything that we say. They will not listen to anybody else on the other side, because it's almost like a rivalry football game at this point. They don't view Republicans as Americans. They don't view them as equals. They don't even view them as human in a lot of cases. We're told that we're the enemy to Democrats on their side. And so when things like this come out, if you'd ask us a series of logical questions to include but not limited to, okay, you wanted to get President Trump. Epstein got arrested in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. You had an entire presidency. At any point in time, Biden could have reached out and directed the DOJ to declassify and release more information. We had time. People were stuck in because of the lockdown, and yet that did not happen. We didn't start really hearing about Trump when it came to Epstein until we realized Trump was going to run for office again. We realized that Trump was going to potentially be a threat again for the executive office, and then all of a sudden, Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump did this, Trump did that. And what's really disappointing the most about it is that it's not the politicians. We know that there's corruption at Washington. It's the American people who, on one hand, say they want justice. On one hand, say they want to have a land of liberty, a land of responsibility, as long as it does not apply to their side. They would rather see Republicans hanging in the streets than see accountability for liberals. And as far as Stephen A. goes, his show is called Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Smith and needs to say crooked shooter. As long as I'm not shooting at black people, I'm Stephen A. Smith. Because
or Democrats.
Or Democrats in general. He capitulated so fast that because you've shown me that you're the type of man that will make a claim, strong claim in my opinion, and you'll immediately back up on it if someone gives you too much pressure. Your God is money. It is not actually God. And as far as the list goes, and everyone talking about the Epstein list, if you're someone who is highly excited about this list, you think this is going to be the thing that gets Trump, you're excited to have him taken down, you're one of the ones that says, oh, he's a pedophile, anyone who supports him is a pedophile, support her, and you're awful, and you have not read any aspect of the Epstein list, and you're going off of Politico, CNN, MSNBC, what your friends are saying on TikTok, and the girl with the bonnet down the street at the 7-Eleven, say whatever it is that you want to say. You're not ready for a higher level of conversation because you are not ready to be objective about the conversation in the first place.
Oh man, listen, let me tell you something. See, I've been saying this for a while that the Democrat, I have to disagree with you slightly, Wise. They don't think that the American public is crazy or stupid. They think that their constituents are stupid because they know that we ain't gonna settle for this. See, the people that are thinking had them pegged a long time ago, but they are so disrespectful of their own constituency that they think they can do anything and say anything to them and they'll believe it, and they're partially right. Because they can, you can, now they are going through some situations right now within the Democratic Party. You got people that are separating now, people that are trying to get more rational, and they're going against those who are not rational. But they have a large following that will believe anything that they say to them, and they know this. And I said before that when they get a lie gets exposed that they've told, rather than trying to be intelligent enough to shift it up and switch it up a little bit to make it a little bit more convincing, they'll repeat the same lie as if they were never exposed. And they expected people to accept it. That's what's going on here. So, and now getting back to Stephen A., listen, like I said, man, at some point, he's going to be completely ignored. But because he's playing both sides of the fence. He does that very well. And Chris Cuomo, same thing. You know, they're both in the same boat. But my concern is that these are the times that we can really nail these people. When they are exposed to be liars, like Stephen said, he's right. We've been saying this for a long time. They had 4 years to expose Trump, and they did everything they could. They literally did everything they could to try to keep this man not only from becoming president, but to lock his behind up. Everything. If they had something on him from that Epstein situation, it would have been everywhere. So yes, they have nothing to work with, but their people will believe what they say. And I think it's time for us to start putting clown masks on their faces whenever they get on TV. Just put clown masks in a clown nose, you know, and just clown them because they're not making any sense and they're not worth listening to.
Absolutely. Crystal, I'll give you the next word.
So yeah, Chris and Stephen A., you know, I don't know what to do with them. You know, I said this the other day. I wish men will just say what they mean and mean what they're saying, just leave it there. And I'm talking about in politics. These commentators, just say what you mean what you say. Either people like you or they hate you, but at the end of the day, you're standing on who you are. You're a man of character. But you this wishy-washy, you know, getting knocked to and fro by every wave and wind, that's problematic. So, I mean, I appreciate what they were saying because it's spot on. I just don't understand. You know, I think the Democrats are they're required to be narcissists so they could just gaslight the American people. That's all they like to do is just gaslight. They keep switching the subjects. They keep moving the goalposts constantly. And the thing is, I don't know if they think that people are that dumb or they're trying to make you feel like you're crazy. Like you don't remember, like I'm not supposed to remember. Wait, it was Donald Trump, the one lone celebrity who said he would testify against Epstein. Now, if I know that this man, the feds have all this information on this, has all this information, this man, and this man has all they've seen pictures, testimonies, all this stuff. and it could bring me down. And this before Trump was even thinking about being president.
Yeah.
And he went and said he would testify against Epstein. And I know this man got something against me. I ain't saying nothing, just like the rest of the people who ain't saying nothing. They haven't said anything. The only celebrity, the only person that ever said, I will testify against Epstein, and we've heard this so many times. Maybe people need to go back in the archives. You know, that's why I miss the good libraries where you can go back into the library and go through old newspaper clippings, and maybe that's what we need. I don't know what we need, but I need us to get back to those days, because at the end of the day, go back and read the stuff. Because again, number one, I don't think Trump would be out here trying to testify against somebody that got something on him. Number two, Biden had access to it. Obama people had access. All these people had this information.
Yep.
So you're telling me, from what I deduce from this conversation, that Biden, Obama, and all of the people in the Democratic Party are that stupid, and I'm going to say that stupid, that they had this evidence against Donald Trump.
Yes.
So it could have prevented Donald Trump from being president. And they didn't use it. Is that what we're trying to say? Is that what we're trying to say? And lastly, Jasmine Crockett is just like all of these other, like I was talking about last night, them Leviathan spirits. Because I mean, for real, you gonna sit down here and say Donald Trump did this, that, and the other, and we the American people, and blah 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 blah. The lady says, "So do you have the evidence?" No, I don't have no evidence. So you just out here talking. You ain't got no evidence. You just gonna talk.
Wild.
Like it makes zero sense. And people are sitting down. You heard what Jasmine said. Why are you listening to somebody? They have no evidence. They're just throwing around wild conjecture, and that's okay. We're just gonna accept the foolishness. I need people to come back into reality. Come back. Have a come to Jesus moment, because y'all sound ridiculous every time y'all bring these talking points up. And I just want to remind you, anyone that's bearing a false witness will not go unpunished. And it says that in Proverbs 19:5. So I just, don't be careful.
Amen.
Jay Witt, I'll give you the word, man.
No, absolutely. I agree. I just want to take what Denzel said and what AT said about using emotions to stir us up. Stephen A. Smith is right on the money. The problem is Stephen A. Smith is going to change his position tomorrow. So I'm just going to say what he said is right. The person that said it is, we'll see where he is next week. But go back and look at what Jasmine said.
Yes.
She literally was just saying things.
Yes.
Just basically no evidence. I mean, that's bearing false witness.
Come on, brother.
If nothing else, is bearing false witness.
Yes.
And amen to everybody else that said, like, if they knew this stuff, they would have used this stuff a long time ago.
Yes.
So we know that there's nothing there. But just to go out there and just say that, like at some point, again, you don't have to like Trump.
Right.
I didn't like Biden, but I wouldn't allow you to just say reckless stuff about him, like, and bear false witness and besmirch his character for no reason.
Right.
With no end result. But just to put that out there, that's some wicked stuff that you need to really consider and think about. Like, this is not appropriate behavior to have. Now, if you have evidence, go with it.
Right.
Go do what you're going to do with your evidence.
Amen.
But if you're just saying it off the top of your head, there's a problem. And again, that's why Deuteronomy says that out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established.
Right.
You can't just have one person saying it with no evidence. Like, now, evidence could be the other witness, sure, but you can't just have one person saying it. Trust me, bro. This is not, I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. And the stuff that we're seeing and hearing, come on, man. Are you okay with that? If you're okay with that, you might need to have a real quiet moment of reflection and think about, why is it that I'm okay with them using, again, no verifiable evidence, just saying things about people. How far along will you allow that to go?
Right.
That's it.
Excellent.
Man, I tell you. I'm kind of tired of the saga. Because it seems like it's, every month or, maybe about every quarter, there's a new conspiracy theory that's tossed out there about the president. And the last time I checked, I mean, he is the face of the nation. The last time I checked. Yeah. And for a sitting congressperson to come out and say some of the things that she cannot substantiate with evidence, that'd be no different than you working at a company, AT, and talking real reckless about the CEO of the company and expecting to be able to keep your job.
Yeah,
exactly. It's pretty ridiculous. These people should not be able to do these things.
Yeah. Why? I got a question for you. Think about this. with all the ammunition they're giving us, can you imagine somebody putting together a litany of videos of all of the things that they've done and said that were lies, that were exposed? Just because those videos are very effective. Put them all together. And so if they had some videos out there of Obama talking about Obamacare, lying about Obamacare, and had the video clips put together side by side, so you can see in real time the different things that he said, that the lies that he told. And so they're giving us all this ammunition. We got to take this stuff, put it together, and just use it against him.
Well, I was going to add on to what you're saying there, because I think it's an important point, especially for the individuals who statistically, as most of us, have not gone overseas. You understand every time that if you're someone who just, I hate Trump, I've been told to hate Trump, all my friends and my family hates Trump, I was told because I'm black I have to hate Trump, everything I watch tells me to hate Trump, and so I'm going to go out there and I'm not going to just hate Trump, I'm going to hate my own people who support Trump. You realize we're a laughingstock on the world stage. And no, not because Trump is in office. I know someone's going to say, well, it's because of Trump. No, it's because of you. It's because you don't know how to interact with your fellow American and have conversations with them on an intellectual level. I wonder how many individuals who hate Trump are able to come into a live like this, live on TikTok, Rumble, whatever it may be, and just listen. Just hear somebody else's point of view and perspective and ask yourself, what do I want to take from this that I agree with? And then let me get rid of the parts that I don't. That's your prerogative. It's the children. I mean, no offense, but I absolutely want you to wear the hat if it applies. It's the children that go into Crystal's lives, my lives, your lives. Jason, I'm sure you get this all the time too. Minister Danzel, stay away from these evil people. You're entirely too pure, right? It's the individuals that come in there and immediately see you. I see Wise, right? Obviously, according to the fact that he looks like AI, beautiful black man, skin doesn't crack, who's up here talking. I assume that he is Republican, MAGA, hates himself, hates his own people. And so then I'm just going to start saying all things at him. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's never going to work. I don't even know Wise in person like that. It's never going to work. And then you can say that's going to bring this man down, but you are bringing yourself down. You are taking away from your opportunity to grow and to have camaraderie with your own people and find solutions, simply because, to Jason's point, you feel so deeply, you have no emotional regulation. And so all you can do is scream and shout, and then you're just going to get upset because no one's going to listen to you.
Can I just add the thing that I never understand about Americans? I'm so confused. These people, especially in the Democrat Party, they want President Trump and this administration to fail so badly. They want to bring him down. Do they not live here too?
It affects all of us. Thank you.
Do you not live here too?
Thank you.
It's like you're like, let's get him down. Let's
burn your house down.
Let's look. America's divided, the whole 9 yards. They're up in arms and they want us to fall. But you live here, so you will face the consequences of that just as much as we will. So I don't understand the mindset, and that right there is a depraved, reprobate mind that you would actually want the place that you reside in to suffer. When Biden was in office, listen, he was sleeping most of the time. All I wanted to do was just pray for him. Like, come on, Lord, do what you need to do. I'm gonna pray for him. I mean, for real, because I'm like, he's still our president. At the time, Biden was still our president. So I'm just, Lord, please, you do what you need to do. Get him through and keep America safe. But these people, they don't care. They want to burn America down. They want the people who want to take America down to kick in our front door and our back door, and they don't care.
Simple as that. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. The link's in the description box below. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Join us Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. Check out the new channel, The Late Shift Crew, on YouTube. Come check us out on Wednesday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check us out and join us every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And if it's your first time, please let us know in the chat so we can properly welcome you. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp.